Good morning. Thanks for joining me on this last day of devotions for the week. I hope that your week has gone well. Today we're going to continue reading from the Gospel of Mark chapter 2, beginning in verse 23. One Sabbath, Jesus was going through the grain fields, and as they made their way, his disciples began to pluck heads of grain. The Pharisees said to him, "Look, why are they doing what is not lawful on the Sabbath?" And Jesus said to them, "Have you never read what David did when he and his companions were hungry and in need of food? He entered the house of God when Abiathar was high priest, and ate the bread of the presence, which is not lawful for any but the priests to eat, and he gave some to his companions." Then he said to them, "The Sabbath was made for humankind, and not humankind for the Sabbath. So the Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath." This is an appropriate passage to read for the weekend. Sabbath practices are sometimes controversial, especially these days when work has invaded our weekends, especially for those of you who are working from home these days. It's not easy to carve out that Sabbath rest time. In Jesus' time, Sabbath was much more legalistic. You could get in big trouble for working on the Sabbath, and that's even the case in some communities today. The disciples here are plucking heads of grain, which is counted as work, apparently, even though they're just taking some grain along the road so that they can eat. And Jesus is telling the Pharisees who take exception to this that Sabbath is not something that we serve, it's something that serves us. Sabbath is not here to tell us what we have to do and to constrict our lives. Sabbath is to open our lives to God's possibilities. It is important to respect Sabbath, to take time each week to set it aside for God, to set it aside for rest so that we can have a chance to think, to put aside the busyness. When's the last time that you took time to not be busy? For some people, it may be very easy to do that. For others, it may be difficult. Wherever you are, we are called by this passage to remember that Sabbath is for our benefit. So when you find a way to take a Sabbath, to put aside some time for God, I hope that you are able to do that regularly, and I hope that you're able to see the full benefit of it, to reconnect with God during your Sabbath, whenever that is. Would you please join me in prayer? God, as humans, we are always moving closer and closer to the end of life. Each morning is a reminder that our lives are fleeting gifts. But as your children, we are also always moving towards life itself. May this morning remind us that we are one day closer to the life that lasts forever. Amen. Have a blessed day.